Yo, what's up? As a single monitor, so guys, I can't check chat. Quality cost I don't know. My story I love. So जब सब level हम से actually RS लोग सब level हम से मैं chat ram से दे रहे हैं ना 5% से मतलब charge रहता है story I love. Phone charge करते हैं phone पर chat है so as a single monitor so जब मैं story I love. वो हम से सब जाना वो हम से hyper game story वो कुछ है सब मिल इस तो से उसमें सर ये सब games है कि like यो वो सब तो as a single monitor guys this currently गर्दा मैले उस फोन नै राम्रै chat अहिले को लागि एकछिन पास म नत्र फोन बाट हेरिहाल्छ एउटा स्टोरी हाल्नै पर्यो नि एकछिन chat लाइक हान्दै सबजना ल गाइस T1 versus G2 चलिरहेको छ आज सिंगल मोनिटर सेटअप गरेर अर्को मोनिटर बिर्सेको मैले सो या यो फ्रेन्ड हुन्छ नि गाइस ल सबजना आइदियो बेच है गाइस जल्दी दाइ बच्चा वाला पेन्टे अन द मोन्टर मैले बेच लाइक तर उले पैसा फुल पैसा पे गरे हैन तर जुन मन लागिसक्यो नि यस्तो भइसक्यो ल हेर्दिम ल यसमा आफ्नो स्ट्रिम लाइक हान्दिन्छ आफू सबजना लाइक हान्दिम अनन ब्रो स्ट्रिम हुन्छ न क्वालिटी कस्तो ट्र्यास आको आउन नि पाए लाइक जस्तो नि आउन सक्छ सो केयरफुल गाइस बनामै मलाई कस्तो आछ क्वालिटी a single motor was like a sad way to say it. Last सुरु को मैप के भयो फोन बाट चेक गर्छ फोन बाट चेक गर्नु एकदम क्लियर भयो इमली बम हो गयो नि
Hi guys, Jen Lee here with Josh RT. Now Josh, first global grand finals for G2, so far so good. Now this time you have Jogamo with you, the guy that's been there, done that. So, you know, what do you think he adds to the game, especially in a big one like this?
I think his demeanor, his calm, honestly, like he always makes it kind of fun. Him and Jonah especially are kind of just making it just like a normal day of practice in a way. So like I've been telling the boys, like, yeah, we feel the energy of a grand finals. But let's just take care of business.
And also about that Lotus pick, power move.
Normal stream
sort
of, as a quality.
We felt like our Lotus is the strongest, and it showed. But T1's an excellent team. I'm expecting a counter punch right back on Haven. They have a really good Haven, so I expect a really tight Haven match.
All right, thank you for your insights and good luck on Haven.
And now it's time for our HyperX Reflex moment, and this one is going to go to Trent, and G2 picks up the win. Looking rather good in the process, and Kukuka, gotta say, Trent looking like an MVP player out here.
Absolutely. We've been talking about it every single day, how good the utility is, how much impact they have, and actually, especially on this post plans, G2 was extremely effective. They only lost one, and it was on that pistol round right at the beginning of the map. That was also a round that T1 couldn't convert into the second one. It wasn't a first good map for T1, let's just say that.
Yeah.
G2 showed a very different game plan on this map of Lotus versus how they played when they beat EDG. When they played against EDG, it was all about the A rubble fights, dominating the superior utility in that space. But here they had a read to give those A lobby fights, go for a lot of mid-round and aim to finish B a lot. That was a weakness that I think Josh RT found in prep, and it paid off big time for a strong start.
Indeed, it did, and there you see Trent there. We talked about him for making the case for an MVP award, but on the other side, though, Jogamo stepping up big time in this one, guys. An absolute barn burner of a performance for Mimi. And one thing is for certain is that if he's outputting like this in the series, everyone on T1 needs to watch out.
This is why they picked him up. Jaw is a big
normal
to the team, being a guy who's been there, done that, lifted trophies, which no one else
on
G2 has
60 odds yaar guys.
And after having a solid tournament,
to
see
call
him
it trash area
to peak form in this
But
final.
you made first gaming monitor yaar. Gaming monitor tha first monitor
yaar. Joining Sassy and winning champs and also a master's title today. And also with the performances that he's been having during the Swiss days and most of the tournament, he hasn't been the #1. Oh my god, this is the guy I'm going to look at. Exactly, because he hasn't needed to. But I think he really understands the way
G2 game also made it's been like that
the playstyle that they have, because back in the day when he was in EG, and all of that. They used to run that double duelist on split. They also played a lot with the duelist and the chamber, which we could also put the similarities there to put him with the duelist. So he really knows how to play.
Back when
he was on EG, he was that hyper proactive dive player. Now he's on the Yoru, has to play a lot more for the team, has to take more 50-50 teleports, where he's sacrificing himself to give G2 winning positions, but he's still putting up performances regardless. Yoru on Haven, and like you mentioned, this is another stronghold for T1, another double duelist spot for them here.
That's right. You can see the series layout. If you're just joining us here, 13-5 conclusion from Lotus there for G2. And you heard Josh RT earlier talked about how they felt confident in that map. They knew that they could take it and the proof was in the pudding, but they also know that Haven is going to be a challenging one. And speaking of, let's actually send it over to Jen Lee.
Hey guys, Jen Lee here with Coach Autumn. Now Autumn, Abyss has been T1's permaban. You don't have to tell me the truth, but how many times have you guys actually scrimmed Abyss? Or how much practice did you guys have on this map after you got here in Bangkok? 감독님, 어비스가 고정밴이었잖아요. 이제 해야 될 텐데 얼마나 완성도가 있는지 궁금합니다. 뭐 스크림이나 연습 어느 정도 하셨을까요?
일단 당연히 어비스란 맵도 꾸준히 연습을 하고 있던 맵이기도 하고 중간에 이제 메타 변화가 있었을 때 저희가 그때 사실 어비스만큼은 좀 조합에 대한 갈피를 못 잡았어가지고 저희가 사실상 밴을 하게 됐었는데 오히려 이제 G2가 결정이 나고부터는 G2는 이제 조합 컨셉이 사실 저희가 옛날에 쓰던 조합과 유사하기 때문에 그거에 맞춰서 저희가 짠 조합이 있는데 그 준비가 좀 어느 정도 돼 있어가지고 그렇게까지 큰 걱정은 하지 않고 있습니다.
We've been consistently practicing and scrimming on Abyss, and of course, when the meta kind of changed around Abyss, we kind of struggled to get the hang of what suits us and what was working for us. So we have been banning Abyss for a while, but looking at G2's comp and what they run and how they play it, it's kind of similar to what we were doing with our Abyss before. So we had a great counter to how they play, and I feel like we have a great chance against G2 on Abyss. Now, thank you, Autumn, and good luck.
And that is going to be yet another one of the challenges that the T1 team has to overcome. They've been banning Abyss all throughout, but we'll see how that plays out. Set our attention to Haven, map number 2, because on Haven, this is where you gotta feel good about what.
Yeah, 720p monitor. I thought it would get deleted.
Yes,
okay.
Meteor is a master on this agent. And
mess
look at the defensive side for T1. One of their biggest keys is the cross-map support. They do a really good job of sending Yoru ults, Esewa ults or Sova ults cross-map to support players.
Okay. Single duelist. Oh my god.
Their players in these brawls.
Also,
and even though G2 has not yet to lose this map, they haven't had as many reps as T1 has on this. But in the first map, I saw T1 scared of taking some of those initial duels and leaving everything for the later round. But that also comes with a lot of conditioning coming from G2. They have to do it from the attack right at the beginning.
Could agree more, ladies. This best of 5 is far from over.
Thank you very much. As I was saying, T1 plenty
G2
of
gonna
reps
destroy
on
this
this map,
Korean.
but that is plenty of tape.
G2 last strong
by G2.
G2 you मेरा first game G2 को gameplay को
game को. They're going to be the most familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even though it looks familiar in terms of what's the meta on a lot of different maps on Haven, it is a little bit off
G2 the last strong so
compared to what T1 is normally going.
तर मुला Esewa को जीते होंगे नहीं मुला क्या डालो जान क्या analyze support होते हैं
from the breach, from the Teho, so oppressive, able to take space off the back of it.
मैंने ऐसे EU ले support करते हैं
Island here, gonna see that arc grows. Gonna go for a check. Oh,
after shock as well. Kind of doing him a favor, stopping them from extending a bit there, perhaps. And stealth drone getting a catch. Shock dart going to be lobbed down, trying to P.
That's the count G2.
The line share that damage down to 33. Sylvan set here behind the box. Push forward though, Val unable to find one. Dogamo getting another Jonah P despite the HP disadvantage.
मल्लिन beating like promote करना हो जाए तो रेडी मल्लिन beat करे हुए मल्लिन G2 like beat कर दे. सासी ने बनवा दे.
Swinging around, does he read this angle? Classic could devastate, but he spots him out. He's able to find the kill, a tap there on a balance, taking him down. So very low, just to a sliver. Can't quite confirm it now. Everything to do here. No flashes, just a gate crash. The timing not on his side. Needed to hit the headshot and cannot. G2
easily
winning another
you
pistol.
run easy buzz duel ma
And it's once G2
you daim is ho heaven ma ta buzz ra meteor जहिले meteor कस्तो daim जाइछ
start knocking players down. Jogamo's all over the place, jump peeking to
Heaven
set
ma
up
ta
his
आइछ नि
teammates.
त्यसको
Valen
त
gets that kill. Then there's a razor vines at the entrance from Link. That slows up Izu, so he's not able to get involved in that firefight either. Tries to wait it out, can't do much. Buzz a little bit unfortunate with the timing with the gate crash, but another great start here for G2. And pistol rounds
Can to
so
जहिले यही
devastating to give over to G2, not just because of the way it plays out in the economy and in the map and everything like that, but because they're so good at converting bonuses.
Run for a reposition, gets himself back flat. Pick out there. Not a deep gate crash here. It's actually one bit more defensive setup for Jaw. Be back around the corner, out to safety.
They're super concerned about some kind of lurk coming through. You already have Leaf checking for the long A push, for the mid push, and eventually T1 will go there, but have they been able to kind of be patient enough to catch G2 off guard? Doesn't seem like it.
Able to confirm that presence, but T1 now well aware of Leaf's position, but still going to be heavily relying on Izu to try to stem this flood into the site. The push forward, and yep, Jogamo just going to be able to pick him off with ease. Leaf on the reposition, hearing the footsteps coming his way, and Stacks is not prepared for it. I was hoping that somebody's going to come pushing forward, and Leaf is just piloting this absolutely gorgeously. Meteor just tucked back up into the window. Losing track for a brief moment, but still has a very strong suspicion. As they play Ring Around the Rosie here at the spawn, and Leaf will still have the timing, still have the kill. As Buzz swings the corner, a shorty in hand, nothing to be done. G2 start off T1's pick of Haven with a flawless anti-eco.
I mean, again, it's just the antis. The reads here for G2 are so good. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure Sylvan got spammed through a smoke. Trying to come in to bail out Izu, but nothing doing, and just Leaf. He has been brilliant this tournament. He was brilliant on map 1. 21 kills for him on Lotus. And is doing circles around T1 to start here on Haven. T1 gets guns in hand, but after that flawless, G2 gonna have some fearsome firepower. A couple stingers, a guardian, a bulldog, and Leaf with that phantom.
Take flight.
Stacks. Gonna see a couple trying to call for some reinforcements, and it is gonna be another mid push out here for T1. Meteor gonna try to get on these flanks early, but there is that vice wall to slow him up, or at least give the info over to G2.
Stealth drone cleared here from Stacks. Tucks into the cubby. Several players available now here from the side. Up T1, Stacks gonna be giving his life to try to go ahead and get that trade out, but it's traded back a bit. Leave around the corner, the fake out, drawing attention here from Buzz, but swings to the backside.
Yeah, Buzz
quickly takes down Jogamo. The damage though already quite palpable here. Jonah P still has an opportunity to deal more, if not clutch out this round.
Buzz just gonna plant his feet by the spike. Send out a gate crash just in case he can't get the initial duel.
He's gonna be taken down. 27 seconds. Izu repositioning. Fault line. Not quite getting him. Jonah P trying to play every single angle. Izu just gonna be tucked into the corner. A singular flash. All that he has available, and as he tries to go in, he will fall down. But that is still a damn good bonus for G2. T1 will get on the board, but it's just Izu as the lone survivor.
That's just a brutal combo though. Stacks is just stuck in the corner. He does well to even get one, quite frankly. Here, Buzz thinks he's got the kill. Has to swing back, but does a nice job finding two. God, Jonah P. He has been just so brutal at times. I mean, the firepower, outrageously good for G2. On top of just brilliant util usage to boot. That's what's got them here. That's what got them through as the top dog, as the team that's allowed to pick the first two maps to ban. Now another A hit. Smoke deeper for Valen. Stax has to check over it. G2, they're anticipating this.
Go for a push here. Does get a headshot on the Jogamo, putting him down to 5 HP, but Valen there. That covering fire. Gets him the advantage in the round. Gonna try to push him out. Spots one. Hasn't necessarily read that Buzz is inching closer and closer. A flash out here from John. Swing onto the corner. Buzz will be able to collect one, but advantage maintained now. Extrapolate upon. Meteor had no idea about this lurk here from Leaf. Gets himself in around the back. Barring a miraculous clutch from Silver, not going to be tying things up. G2 looking for an early lead once more.
I think Sylvans should be considering a save at this point.
I need to do something.
Brilliant reads from G2, understanding the tendencies of the T1 players, understanding that if Stax doesn't see anything off of that drone, he's going to want to check with his eyes, check with his gun, see if he can find a freebie, and then the attempted re-clear of space by Buzz and Meteor is dealt with. They've got the utility there. Jog able to back up Valen, even though Valen falls. And that's it. That's all T1 can find. Sylvan's going to try to hide in their spawn.
Potential positions here. Salva's a check. Spike will detonate. No one going to be encroaching, so Sylvan will be able to hold on to this weapon. One survivor, but this time not off the back of a round win. G2 move up by 2.
Well, it feels like T1 is generally playing very passive at the beginning of these rounds. I think you need to call for some kind of aggressive hit towards the top of A. Even if G2's not there, you need to find a way to take a little bit of map control, get better reads quicker, and try to shut G2 out of the rounds before they can even begin. It's like the desk was talking about. Once they get to those post plans, they were immovable objects on Lotus. Dog, exploration again.
Vectoral drift, spotting out a couple. Rolling Thunder going to be available here for Jonah P. Izu lurking forward into the smoke, finds one, picks up the weapon, but now he's just going to be flushed out. John to backside, able to find one. Buzz. Classic somehow comes away with 2. And that leaves Stax now on his lonesome. Weapon can be collected. As everybody else from G2 scattering. Trent, Jogamo sprinting towards that A site.
Dude, Jog is all over the place on this Yoru. He is just making it so difficult to track what's going on. In the beginning of the round, he's at the back of C, and then he's TPing back to Cubby. I mean, he's just so cagey, so smart. And even though T1 has plenty of experience playing with and against Yorus, the way Jog pilots it, quite a different affair. They're going to just take 2 players, send them down into the sewers. Stax still has the recon, still has the shock, but I think Trent's going to make the loop all the way back around and catch him in the back.
Isn't planted for long, but there's still so many angles that Stax needs to check. The time continuing to whittle away. Quick peek down into sewer. A recon going to be set, but there's the salvos to buy more time. Trent here. Behind the bricks, the stun connects. A 3K. And Stax will fall, and G2 continue on their merry way.
Wait, look at the way he plays this. He gets behind him. They've got the aftershock combo there as well. A grab well to boot, just to set Jog up to clear the back of sight. Then he's going to be TPing back to the other side. Buzz gets a couple.
Nice and cold.
I mean, that's a good way to put it.
I like that we linger here for the sip. There's a timeout on the opposite, so we have plenty. Go ahead and see what Josh thinks. But yeah, another early timeout necessary for the side of T1. There's a reason why Jen did that, that during that interview with Autumn was asking him, not about Haven, about that Abyss, because it is that third map. She knows, the players know, we know. If T1 cannot find a victory here on this Haven, and we go into that Abyss, they're going to be staring down the barrel of a potential 0-3 loss here in their first ever grand final.
No, it feels like a must-win for T1 here on Haven, no doubt about it. Their Abyss was okay in the offseason, I will say that. T1, when I was preparing for kickoff and in kickoff for Pacific, I was like, their Abyss isn't that bad. They really don't want to play it. It looked pretty okay. at Rebel Homeground and some of the other tournaments, but they've been hiding it. I mean, Autumn has alluded that they might have something prepared, but that is neither here nor there because you don't have any on-stage experience with it in 2025, and that's a huge gamble to be taking, no matter what. Especially if you can't win your map pick here on Haven. Trying to set up Buzz for the op.
Seems like G2 though.
We supporting our T1 here.
Very much ready for this.
I know G2 legit sir.
Wins a lobby position. Flash down towards that sewer. Just pushing him off the angle for a brief little moment. Then the TP out. Joins in with the rest of the players. Leaf wanting to try to push forward in towards garage. Players watching the angle for the moment. Stealth drone gonna move up, try to check out this site. Nothing seen quite just yet though.
Oh, Leaf, if he finds the right timing.
Gate crash into the back. Just right there in front of the box, in fact. Armageddon trying to clear. Izu, however, holding close, finding one, repositioning. Dodges out the Hunter's Fury now, coming through off the back of that Nero snap as he frantically look for some kills. Counter spam, however, Jonah P going to be coming away with one as Izu gets taken down. Buzz on a deep line outside of A lobby. Looking for the spot out, doesn't fire. Trent able to confirm that position though.
Look at the awareness.
Again, eats that full flash. Has the dimensional drip for a potential exit. He's going to be swinging into multiples. Mask now on, playing it safe. Sylvan able to react, finds Trent Valen. Applying back, Jonah P. Going to be taken down. And now Valen sandwiched in. Shorty around the back from Buzz will be able to put him down. T1, the timeout call. It works a treat, he gets in the round victory.
60 years well.
The 3 ultimates had to be invested.
This is more T1 Valorant. If you can get them in the mud, if you can get them spreading the map all over the place, keep them guessing, it's going to give you a little bit of confidence. That's where they thrive. And Buzz there, under a lot of pressure, plays it nicely. A big win for T1. You're going to be able to keep that operator. Have to buy down to a Guardian for Izu. But still, big sniper rifle available once again. Similar push out towards Sewer to set Buzz up, but this is looking like B all the way. They're even going to set up the Cosmic Divide. Still
pacey hit. They know that Hunter's Fury, it's been expended, so no chance to really just spam that across to try to interrupt this.
Yep.
A Paranoia will fly. TP up and over the top. Sylvan going on a peak. They do manage to go ahead and interrupt this, but now Rolling Thunder called in, connecting on the two, forcing them back. Jogamo this time can go ahead and stick in for the plant. Flashes up and over the top, able to find one, but stacks the crossfire, takes him down. Valen trades up for Sylvan. The defuse starting to be held. The wall to try to escort this forward. They're just going to be trying to stick for this one. Izu holds it to completion. This Buzz, a last little kill there on the backhand, and T1 retake the site as quickly as G2 were able to snap it.
Yeah, that's just a great call here from Stacks and company. Wait for those ults, and then rush in. And it's also Stacks who plays that anti-flash. He's awaiting Jogamo's flash in the peek around the corner. He's going to be the one who steps up and kills him. Nice timing from him. Valen getting a couple big ones. Those Razor Vines don't matter too much once you're already sticking it. Buzz, Stacks keeping it light. Vulnerable. Back him up a little bit, and the shot goes wide from Buzz.
Breeze right past Jogamo.
But they've already gotten past. They're already on the other side. They're in the long. 3 players were able to make their way through. Drone not going to get a ton of info, I don't think, here.
Does manage to spot out, I believe, Isu perhaps might have been behind the box. Hard to tell from just the mini-map alone. Either way, Leaf just going to try to stay planted here. Sylvan, however, more than ready for it. Reads the setup. Finds the punish as soon as that Nebula goes away. Smoke goes away. What a shot! Buzz been so clean in this tournament with that operator overall. The Trent just doesn't give him the time of day. Now a 4v4. Spot out Izu, eating an immense amount of damage through that spray. Sylvan similarly getting tagged up, is able to find one, tries to readjust, cannot get balance. Stacks. His presence is now going to be known. The Meteor out from long, able to find another.
30 seconds left.
The ult available, does he send it? The answer is going to be no. Spike not quite planted yet. Repositions once it's trying to make sure that he's not going to be punishable. G2 exploring outside of the site now. Izu hearing the footsteps. Tries to go in for a timing. Ends up falling down. Does he get the pull? It does! Spike, I believe he might just have it. He's got the play of a meteor. Brings it to a 1v1.
Oh my god.
Just the wall. Noise made. Jonah swings with meteor! What a shot! What a play!
And when you need your big stage players to show up, T1's Meteor finally does his third Masters Finals in a row. And he's not going down quietly.
What a Red Bull clutch!
Oh my god.
आज आज मैले बल्ल काठमाडौँबाट यार डोब्रो म छिटो लिन्छु पैसा आएपछि म लिन्छु के अलि
Info was provided. Good from Jonah P.
इन्द्र लागिरहेछ हिजो बङ्कर जाने भनेको 2 घण्टा जस्तो थियो भोलि बिलबाट
Also not quite believing in how crisp that was.
60 हर्ज वाला चलाइराखो अहिले त्यतिकै.
And the timing on Meteor's ult is milliseconds from just ending that round anyway.
Old Wonder, a single Wonder user as
well thought out there
60 yards Wonder.
Immediately, my thought was once he got that ult
720p
online,
like
just save it, just save it. They haven't planted, and he reads that so well. Crazy, crazy scenes.
This is a lot more of the action that we've wanted to see that we didn't really get there on Lotus. Now tied up here at 4-4, G2, their first time out on Haven.
The 736 so got the
looking to once again just course correct the last time out ball that we had from G2. Right there, just before that round 10.
ये वाला तो मैं 3060 वाला 3060 times 760 3060
And that's something that Josh RT has been so good at as the coach for G2. Going back and watching this event, you look at when he takes timeouts and look at what happens after that. Look at the score lines. Generally, it's G2 going on a tear. He's so smart. Understands exactly how to get his team back into things, and Valen does a great job processing it, understanding it, and implementing it.
आजकल वाच बडी मतलब लाइभ हेर्न चाहिँ भ्यालोरेन्ट खेल्ने त्यस्तै भएर यो हेर्न रमाइलो लाग्यो अस्ति आज चाहिँ अलि निन्द्रा लागेर
नि situated here on that B side meteor from that A connector angle, slowly scaling forward, getting aligned with the wall.
They know a lot of times T1's gonna play off angle. That's a good Nova pulse.
Concuss is here, but covering fire is as well. Sylvan will find a third, give it his life. To buy time, to buy space for Izu, but through the door, Jonah P. A solid shot, but now a 1v3. The fault line set. Buzz with the off shot will be able to put him down. T1, for the first time in this series, having a lead for themselves.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea here from G2. Challenge the garage space. This is a great pivot point for T1 on this map. You know, Izu, Meteor, Sylvan, going to be some of the players you're going to have to potentially deal with in that space typically. And they love to play those off angles through those doors, hide players behind the box or behind the doors themselves. Kind of find those timings where you try to take that space and they just rip it away from you. Keeping my eye on Buzz and that operator again, but mostly full weapons. Trent with the Guardian. Seems like G2 is a little bit wary of what happened in that previous round with the eventual push out from B, but the way those trips are set up, they're going to clear one of them. Very aware of the way Izu likes to have those placed. Gives them a little bit of opportunity to take a pause and think about things, slow things down. This is what gave T1 a bunch of trouble on Lotus, on their defender side.
Very big shift though. T1 ushering multiple players over towards that C site. As not going to be able to get that tag. Buzz not going to be able to escape. There comes the push, and he won't be able to get it himself. A point-blank shot. G2 just far too quick. Buzz overstaying. And now, suspecting that they have these rotations back across to reinforce the A site.
Who's next?
They set their sights elsewhere. Jiggle out there from Izu. I believe he does pop that vice wall.
This is a great read, though, from G2. They haven't heard a damn thing over here. And now Jog's going to get the info. There's only one.
They're pushing forward into the cage and wins out the fight. Only down to 85 HP as well. Not much. Dealt as Meteor absolutely handled on that attempted flank. The 2v5, the fight, it's called off. T1 not willing to lose any more members, knowing that there's some critical ultimates just about to come through here for the side of G2.
Yeah, absolutely the right play. They're going to be able to scoop up the operator potentially as well.
Stacks, not known for his opping, but puts one through the gut of Jonah. We'll be able to hold on to it. Looks like the remaining members here from G2 not going to be going on too deep of a hunt.
Just wanted to get the ult charge for Jonah P, get the Rolling Thunder online, because the rest of the team, the economy, not so good. Going to be able to bank up a little bit coming into this next round. And just the patience again. This is what is killing T1 on this defender side sometimes. Just a great understanding that if they can get that stealth drone, Buzz doesn't TP right away. He opts to try to clear it with the op. At that point, it's too late. He's already caught, not able to use his util. They punish it.
Gets that solid interruption. And then everything in the kitchen sink thrown at him. Another op is afforded. Still do have that as a factor here in the round, but right now G2 full cluster up on this A site. Potential for just a very quick send. They can get forward at long, at a Rolling Thunder. Just crash across, escort them in. Flash out, a turn, an aftershock, and a forced peel back. As now the Steel Garden gonna be called in. Not many safe positions. A lot of weapons gonna be lost here. Now the site very much in the hands of G2, and if they can save the Rolling Thunder for the post plant, this round is as good as theirs.
The wall there to identify the lurk. TP over by Sylvan. Easy's gonna try to wait it out a little bit longer.
Cosmic Divide now at the ready. Rolling Thunder ready to go towards that B connector side. Sylvan able to find one. Meteor on the peek out. Finding Valid and Buzz down into hell. Draws to the shorty, finds Jonah P.
Last player standing.
And now suddenly, this round has somehow gotten away from G2. Trent still alive. Looking to try to clutch it out. Has been ping revealed. Quick little push and pull the wall into his face. Steadies for one. Looks for Meteor. Tries to take him down. But the spike defuse held there by Sylvan. Ensures that T1 get themselves back into the lead as they look for a 7-5 half. G2, an opportunity to keep things neck and neck.
Well, that's just a classic Flood retake here, but it's the ability to get past that wall initially. God damn, Meteor. Unbelievable. But the way they get Sylvan past that Vice utility is what allows them to start picking apart the flanks of G2 and opens up that first kill. Kind of sends them into disarray. So nice read there by T1. And a great retake despite that Steel Garden giving the space that G2 needed to get into the post plant. Oh my, that's a lot of pings.
Allen just caught scattering off the back of that. This time Buzz, good for the kill. The Astra dead.
Fake teleport.
Just gonna have to be a brute force from G2 to really try to get themselves into a winnable position to tie things up. The dimensional drift now in play here from Buzz. Meteor trying to play off of that, but Mobo has other ideas. Brute force indeed. 2 kills found, point blank, catches a fake out. Does have a shorty in the backup, looks for the shot, cannot get it. It's chaos incarnate. But G2 are the ones persevering.
Jog is just so slippery, man. Getting out of there. I mean, I thought G2 was in trouble. Jog just bails him out. Izu still maybe a chance, but on a 4v1 with all these crossfire positions, with the late deep lurks, he's got one.
Snapping for the first, the swing back in. The neural theft gonna be sent out. Getting worried about Leaf there from behind. Holds at the half, looks for the shot, but Jonah P. A bit faster, a bit crispier, and that means we are tied up at 6-6 at the half.
Well, definitely a better showing here for T1, but still G2, the trickery, What a transfer from Jog. Leaf finds another lurk. I mean, seems like it's a repeating story. We're on loop. We're on a turntable that's stuck. I feel like I'm just saying the same things. It's like Jog does this, and then there's all these awesome things that G2 is doing. But T1 able to punch back.
They are 6 and 6. Well, let's go ahead and hear from another classic. We got 10 stand by for an interview.
Turco mother Boker Boker 66 एउटा म्याप लैसक्यो उसले म भुस परे गरेर बस्दै Inno3d RTX
That's just a classic flood retake here. But
ball into his face. Ping on Meteor on the peek out. Finding Valorant and Buzz down into hell.
หัวสมองคิดว่า G2 นะแต่หัวใจมันคิดว่า T1 นะครับผมมา And of course you're here in Thailand. We see so many fans. You know, they really love you so much. I just wanted to give a couple of words to all the Thai fans, and of course all the global fans who's watching back at home.
Yeah, thank you to all the fans. It's been amazing in this event so far, and yeah, I love Thailand. Honestly, it's one of my favorite places to be actually.
ว้าวเนี่ยก็บอกว่านะครับรักประเทศไทยมากคิดว่าเป็นหนึ่งที่ชอบมากที่สุดแล้วนะครับผมก็ถือว่า
जाओ समय पे जाओ समय बारे में मसूद करके नींद ला रहा है
for us from now and we'll get back to the game
6 होगा ना कि 6-7 था
6-6 here at the half. Fully tied up.
T1 fighting.
Having the leads there on
T1 fighting.
T1. How do they start off this half? Buzz has been impactful, but we haven't been seeing those same hits. Yes, that incredible clutch from Meteor. It's not quite hitting as hard as we have been seeing from him in the days leading up to this grand final. Can he get online here in the second half of Haven?
Absolutely, they're going to need that. And the other thing they need to do is shut Leaf down. He is just running all over these maps. Great pick from Izu. Oh, almost finds a second.
Let's get that hit there. Jaw down to 70 HP. Trent at 20.
They're rotating back into this. Maybe just making sure that there isn't a full commit to this push out, yeah?
Portal closed.
Maybe just off the call that Izu said, look, I've absolutely destroyed the majority of them. Looks like they're going to try to fight into this. Salvo's at the ready to ensure that things get chaotic. Fallon down here at Sewer. Jump across the way, though. Sylvan with a right click, going to be able to find one. Trent now entrenched and flushed out. Shock dart at his feet. He falls. There's the undercut. They get that double damage through a reset on Meteor.
guys.
T1.
Speaker में रहा सब
Pistol win. Leaf still alive, however. And as always, is insanely capable of being the X factor, but now down to just 54. Stacks behind the box. Sylvan to his right. Can he find it? Swings in, does get some damage done, but cannot find that kill. T1 tie things up as far as pistols are concerned. Take a narrow lead once more here on Haven.
Yeah, this is such great work by Izu. Doing so much damage on that swing out. Sylvan there, playing quickly off of Meteor's peak with the shield up. Able to keep them rolling, steaming forward towards that A site. Able to get the plant down relatively effectively.
Let's go. This
is certainly a big round. You normally wouldn't say that going up against an eco, but T1's had some struggles against them, and G2 has had some success. Yep. No force buy up this time, though, from G2.
You're not going to be seeing the Stingers. Sheriff, Ghost, Classics for the rest. Majority of the G2 players clustered up here around that B site. Cam out into mid for Izu.
This is classic. G2, and I love this cam position. They love to get aggressive out towards window. See if they can get into your flanks early. With that cam there, should be able to get a decent read on it. Izu just keeping track just in case. It's a slow march forward for the rest of T1. Try to see if they can get through lead cleanly. He's not even gonna mess with it.
Yeah, has to just back away. G2 probably figuring that the best option is going to be some stray shots with the smokes, otherwise a death ball push into the site. If not, just to fully save, just go down to the spike. Smoke and Heaven going to be dissipating, and they're going to look to go for the push. Meteor, however, able to find two. Look at that Phantom, the decent use, but turn to the classic. Finding another. Stacks cannot steady the aim. Two weapons going to be carried forward, but still some decent damage dealt here by G2.
So much util there. Dumped to the back of the site to hell. To try to clear T1 players, and it looked like they were going to weather it, but then the aim gets a little bit off. G2's clean. Meteor doing what he can, but look at that. The fake out, the salvos, everything in the kitchen sink. Nice shock dart from Stacks. You can see, though, they're just a little bit off at times today.
Good job, guys.
We haven't seen that T1 that was just starting to steamroll. It looked like they were crisp, they were accurate. Here today, they're getting beat by G2 in a lot of those situations.
It feels like one of the things that needs to be beared in mind. The lead up into this grand final, another best of 5. 10 out of 11 potential maps played by T1 in their series to get to this point. They have been non-stop competing for the last 4 days.
Oh, and then think about what they had to go through in Pacific as well.
Yes.
They had to play
और
with the full set both times. Barely beat Gen G. Lost to DRX in the finals.
Oh boy. 3-player cluster here in the window. Buzz tucked down just below. Salad on the peek out is instantaneous.
What a read.
Utterly fantastic shot. This Meteor.
Thorns activated.
Locked in from the Vice Wall. Locked in position from the Thorns. Wall to try to lead the charge. Sylvan forward into the site. Going to be taken down late here in that coming. Able to find one. Finds two. Stacks now eliminated.
Down A.
And the rotations are already here. G2 have already taken this site back over. Izu finding one. The spike here on the floor. Izu finds a second. Meteor now in to try to clutch it out, but it's going to be Valen who shuts this down. Bonus conversion cannot come to fruition. G2 shorten the gap once again down to just a singular round.
What a great round from Valen. Love the way he plays this. Just knows that Buzz is going to be there. Did his homework. Got an A+. And then Leaf tucked into that corner. It catches T1 off guard.
It's okay.
Even though they try to fight their way through, it's really good reads here from G2. To be fair, T1 doesn't really make it that confusing. But once that wall goes up, that traps Meteor behind that smoke. He's stuck while the rest of T1 just has to wait it out. That allows all of G2 to get over there. Maybe that's a round where you can pivot as T1. You can try a different angle. I know you lost Buzz over in the garage, but with that wall there, and you gotta know that G2's got something tricky with that wall that close to that ramp.
It's much more proactive time out here from the side of Coach Autumn, to say the very least. That massive win streak on Lotus, no intervention until we had seen G2 get up to map point. Wants to prevent that, wants to get involved very early on here. Which I find surprising considering that round still very close for T1. Clearly not happy with everything that he's seeing. See what the change-ups look like here for T1. As we get back into the action, G2. Things weakened a bit after several casualties in that previous. Feel like a stinger still in the mix here. Trent making up his mind. Buys down for a Bulldog, so still good firepower for G2.
This looks like G2 wants to contest A, wants to lure T1 into a trap. They've got all that Vice util there again. They've got the Tejo, they've got the Breach in Link to set up for the stuns or things like that, but this looks more like the pistol round a bit, except this time thinking about B. There's that Vice wall there in front of Meteor. Stacks checks garage, smoke to cover in towards the window.
He's not seeing anything. As the salvos go flying by. Esewa thinking that he was going to get a catch, but Leaf is there. The damage widely shrugged off, not too much dealt. Pivot cross now into that C site, opened up, but G2, 5 players to be in a decent position to go for a retake. No ults online for the moment, but Leaf just a kill away from having that steel guard. Valen from having that cosmic divide.
Meteor's got the kill contract. Gonna be crucial, the positioning that he fires it off from and who he can catch for G2. Long lurk again for Leaf. The rest of them setting up for a big retake through the choke point.
Sylvan, deep lurk back around, try to re-clear over towards Garage. Quick exit, the gate crash coming in. Sylvan not going to be able to find the timing. Leaf gets straight forward, and Meteor, he's the one leading the charge. Didn't want to try to invest the kill contract here at all, it seems. But now the spammage is coming through. T1 needs to try to counteract this, but that Hunter's Fury is far too late. It's already over. G2 have absolutely robbed them blind as Trent comes up with 4. And whatever was discussed during that timeout, it sure as hell went out the window.
I'm just very confused. T1 does find the open space. They're able to work the map nicely. A little bit whiffy here from Esewa, but there's 2 players there. They're covering for this push out. The Hunter's Fury way too late. There's a kill contract there. You can sit and cubby, wait for them to try to go for the defuse or something like that. Slow up that retake attempt from G2, but it just feels like T1 maybe starting to crumble a little bit here under this pressure. Now they're back down to Sheriffs and a Guardian.
For everybody on this T1 squad, other than Meteor, it's the biggest stage they have ever been on. 897 days since Stax and Buzz were eliminated in 3rd place at Champions Istanbul. Now here, desperately trying to fight for a potential 1st place finish. But you have to suspect those nerves are going to be working against them in a major way.
Now they're going to be able to get the plant down most likely. There's a few stars there. See if there's any delay that comes through. No. Just going to try to set up for the retake. Steel guard and invest it.
For the most part, Meteor with that Guardian. So for the rest, Sheriff's in hand and Buzz playing off the reveal. Finds his 2nd through the smoke. Weapon recovered. Draws down the Phantom. Finding himself a 3rd. Tucks back in towards Hell. The shots just going whippy all over the place. And somehow, T1, they managed to answer back. Finding stability after that baffling previous round. And a lot of it comes down to Buzz. He's playing off his util, showing that crisp, raw aim.
They're gonna need more of that. Finally able to dig deep, and again, it just gets so chaotic, so scrappy there around the entrance to the site. And that favors T1. They're really able to get those crossfires go. Some good damage done by Jock.
Damage done by him, but damage taken as well. This thing's already starting to get very chaotic. Neural Depth getting the ping. 3 players gonna be noted. Double tap shield's gonna be taken away. Stack's able to find 1 balance, bouncing forward. Gets rid of Buzz, gets rid of Esewa. Oh, it's Valen in this window. Is a man to be feared. Will eventually be put down. Strong him up, gonna be caught on a timing. Trent now, a 1v3. Meteor. Not gonna be going for the push. Stax re-swings the angle. I thought he would wait for contact from the rest of the players.
A little bit tough there.
Bit of an opportunity. Sylvan gonna have to be repositioning here. Push out of the smoke. The crossfire set up. Meteor with 3. Closes out the round. Once again, scrappy, chaotic. G2 so very close. T1 are able to get up to 10.
But again, I said it earlier, that's where T1 is gonna thrive here. They just need to drag G2 down with them. They need to run at them sometimes. They need to bully them. They need to use that oppressive firepower that this team should be capable of bringing to bear. The snappy reactions, the quick decisions. You know, G2 wants to take their time. They want to be methodical against you. They want to set up that util to smother you out of positions, to make the rounds borderline unwinnable. And T1's comp is built to brawl. They need to get in there, and they need to throw some punches. And they have They've started to. They need to keep it up. They need to keep G2 off balance. But G2, again, these timeouts generally have gone okay. So let's see what the answer is going to be. And it's been tough for G2. When they've tried to play retake other than the one round, it's actually not gone great for them.
Sure.
T1's held the line really nicely. So do you try to just put a little bit more trap plays early, try to see if you can get that man advantage, try to find those picks, you know, maybe at the top of A or out through garage, things like that? Or do they just want to shore it up, play a little bit more default, just try to wait T1 out, play a little bit smarter? Because when things get scrappy, that's when T1's been winning.
Full arsenal afforded here for the side of T1. G2 desperately looking for this round victory. Economy just going to be broken again if they can. TP forward for the check on that C side here. Here's the grab. It's going to be Joggamo pulled in alongside Meteor. And he's rushing forward here. So there's the fake out. He's actually escaped.
It just grabs the fake out.
Oh.
Today I learned.
Yeah, TIL. Literally have never seen that interaction before. So our bad, but hey, we learned something new. Either way, side opened up a bit. Buzz going to be taken down. Jonah P. Able to find him there, just banging through the box backside. Shot turns at their feet. Joggamo tagged up a bit, has that regen shield, and is able to find a freebie. Stacks just randomly getting picked. Sylvan now dead. Meteor backpedaling. 2v3 trying to hold the line. The salvo's flying forward. Izu trying to wait the push up there at Lumber. Finds the first, finds the second for 3 overall in the round. I feel like I'm losing my damn mind with the things that are occurring in this map. But T1 managed to scrape by.
I'm just done trying to make sense of it, just trying to enjoy it. And Izu puts on a show for us. He's been so good for T1 and able to hold the line. I think there's a few mistakes here, though, in this post plant for T1 that almost gives G2 the round win. I think Sylvan over peaks there around the corner of the C box. Oh, leave. You're just done.
Absolutely destroyed. Double tap shield now. Pop, push forward into the smoke. Valen falling to the Y side very similarly. 3 players about to be noted by a tripwire. Well, we'll be able to bounce over it. There's going to be another in their way. A cam out in mid the spot if they cut over towards garage.
Portal closed. Camera taken out.
Great diligence shown by Izu. Clutch in the previous round. This round, the util there to make sure that all of G2 is tracked and identified. G2, I think, just looking for some exit frags at this point. Meteor right around the corner, has one, can't find a fourth in the round.
Yeah, but does put Trent down to 5 HP. 4 players still alive. They opt to try to go for anything. Well, that'll seal the deal on it. Trent likely to just try to go down here. The spike, see if he can get any exit frags there with the salvos to try to slow them up. And will not be able to do so. T1 get themselves out up to map point.
Match point.
Well, I think T1 starting to feel themselves. They're just going at them. And even though this is an eco, that's been working. And Meteor in particular, able to be the tip of the spear to really break things open. But it's going to be a ton of ults that G2 has in this round. Everything but the Steel Garden available. So this is going to be tricky. Stax does have that Hunter's Fury again. If they can get to the post plant, keep him safe, maybe there's a world where you could just win it on that. They're going to have every advantage in the retake, RG2, if it even gets there. For now, Cam placed in towards short. The majority of the forces of T1 going to fan out for long. I think he saw 2. And you saw the 2 duelists, so feel pretty likely this is coming. Stax is going to let it loose and try to clear the site.
Hunter's Fury, yep, just trying to spot him out. Buzz, so very low here at Hell. Will eventually get taken down. Trying to be at 31 as well. That's Chalk, 45.
Oh, the Armageddon.
The Armageddon. It's going right toward him. They're not going to be able to escape.
Spike down.
They're running into it.
The way!
Somehow hits the transfer, gives him an opportunity. Looks for another, cannot make it happen, Izu. Can he go back to back? 43 seconds remaining in the round. The spike still going to be dropped. Enough time for him to try to potentially go for a counter rotation. It looks like he's just going to play this forward here.
You know, if he waits this out like another 10 seconds, he might be able to pull a player from G2 away, but just going to keep pressing forward.
G2 going to play it wise. They want to play together. They don't want to give the opportunity to get separated. Now they have it all confirmed. The tripwire there, cleared out. Plant having to be stuck. Weapon drawn down. Camera for the spot. Tucks back around the corner. Knows that they are just absolutely stacked up. Wants to try to divide and conquer the jump out. Nearly finds Valen, but cannot. G2. Another scrappy round. A lot invested, but it keeps them afloat here on Haven. The map not over yet.
Just gorgeous timing on this Armageddon from Trent. Catches T1 where they have nowhere to run. They are stuck and they are dead. Absolutely beautiful. So well read. And Jonah P just being so annoying with that breach util at the point of attack. Sets him up perfectly, gets the flash as well, and stacks. Meteor cannot get out in time. Well held. They need 3 more to send it to overtime. A couple of those all twos. Still have the dimensional drift, still have the cosmic divide for G2. Easy with the neural theft. It's gonna go back to C for T1. This one's been working pretty well for them. Some spam there to check the orb. One away from a kill contract for Meteor. So absolutely something T1 would like to get into his hands.
I'm not gonna spot anything. Curious if this entrenches G2 further, or if they're gonna look to rotate off this A site. Jogamo playing about within that cyber cage, but ultimately not gonna find much. Thorn's now gonna be popped. Stopping T1 from advancing forward into the garage.
They're really taking their time, trying to suss out the positions as best they can, but man, G2's done a great job of hiding. Finally, spot on the jog.
Spot on the one. Just that stinger in hand, Jonah P. That Guardian sends out a shot, pulls back, and yeah, nearly has that kill. Flash sent forward. There's a fake out, popped. So once again, just trying to reposition. What?
What was that?
I don't know. Just spamming his knife. I think you know where he ended up there. Either way, Jonah P gonna be taking down Trent, eliminated. T1 now fully in control.
Spike planted.
The Guardian picked up, but so very low on HP. Nowhere to go. He's just out into the open. He's instantly dead. Valen good for 1, but now it is all on leave. Cordoned off from the site by his own Astra. The wall will fall. Stacks out to the open. Taken down, but Sylvan on the counter swing. Gets them the win. 13-9. We have a series on our hands as T1 tie things up here in the grand final.
Well, if there's one thing about this T1 team, they do not give up easily. You gotta stick around for this one, guys. 1-1. Let's see what Abyss has in store for us.
Nice! Nice, guys! Let's go! Let's go! Nice! Chong, 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 chong! Nice! Whoa! Nice! Holy shit! Nice! Nice! Oh!
Red Bull gives you wings.
Had it with your old phone? We've got you. At Verizon, trade in any old phone for iPhone 16 Pro on us, on any plan. And get iPad and Apple Watch Series 10, all 3 on us. That's up to $2,000 in value, only on Verizon.
Frequencies are meant to be UV. Ultraviolet trying to see through me, I care when you don't see. I care when you don't see. To care when you don't see too. Frequencies are meant to be UV. but you're so blind. Like the sun in your eyes make you cry. All of your sighs, but it's alright. Living your life, baby, I'ma live mine. Every time, but you're so blind. Like the sun in your eyes make you cry. All of your sighs, but it's alright. Living your life, baby, I'ma live mine. Frequencies are meant to be you, feed you, feed you. Living your life, baby, I'ma live mine. I'll try to see it through me, through me. Living your life, baby, I'ma live mine. Frequencies are meant to be you, be you, be. Living your life, baby, I'ma live mine. I'll try to see through me.
T1 not of the series 1-1, and that brings us to our Verizon high-speed moment. And this one goes to Meteor, an absolute playmaker in the server, doing some, well, let's just say the Lord's work with that ISO, holding it down, and he is definitely been on fire today, Mimi.
What an intelligently played clutch from him, stealing the planter with the ice wall, almost just winning it straight up on time, but finding the duel at the end here to close things out as well. Meteor has been incredible for T1 all tournament long. It's his third Masters final in a row, and playing like this puts him on a good pace to win that second trophy.
We even saw later on Jogamo using the fake clone to try to bait out one of the ults later on and catch it, but Meteor couldn't be denied. Just the impact that he gets with this patient style of play that T1 has is wonderful, and it's so successful against the Breach Taeho because they give so few cues as to when they're going to exec.
Yeah, it really has just been an absolute beauty to watch here. But another thing as well to keep in mind is that Meteor is going for something pretty big here, right, Mimi? He's going to be one of the first players, the first player, to reach 3 Masters finals in a row. This guy has achieved something incredible, and if anything, it goes to show just how far he's come.
And it has to feel so good for the rest of T1 to be around a guy like that. They have some pretty inexperienced players. This is Sylvan's first international tournament that he's attended as well. You have Izu, who's only made it to one event before at a global level. He didn't win a match there. His first global win was this event, and now they have a chance to lift a trophy here as well and give Meteor his second. He doesn't want to feel that feeling he did back in the Masters tournament that they fell to against Sentinels last year.
And he's doing a great job of it here. One of the things that I really feel like has been pushing them forwards is their success in the Thrifties. They've just had so many moments where they've been able to tie together with low eco and put insane amounts of pressure onto their opponents. And you need players like Meteor to be able to hit shots in rounds like this. You see in a round like this one where they turned the game around. This was 8-8. It's a Thrifty for T1 and they get the win. They've got an insane eco win rate overall. Meteor's the only player with a Guardian. He's also got the ult to be able to work around. And at the end of the day, what gets it done is that G2 give them the site. And then from that position, T1 are able to hit shots and win in the post plan.
This team is so interesting too because they're winning so many Thrifties, and some of them are just off of incredible individualism from some of these star players. But you also have rounds that are just well constructed, being willing to risk ults, to invest a lot into making something happen on these eco rounds. They are winning some of the most Thrifties of any team we've seen at the global level in quite some time.
And I think one of the reasons is because they actually come into it with more game plans than others, and they treat them as winnable rounds. They don't treat them as throwaways or rifles. They come up with specific game plans and have plans to be able to get the best out of their small util.
Oh yeah, and it's also, you know, that MR12 format, every single round is going to matter in this situation here, especially on that stage there. But that takes us, though, to our Mastercard fan poll. Earlier, we didn't get a chance to show it. Now we want to show it to you guys. Reason why? Because you all overwhelmingly voted for T1. Now, is that a matter of, you know, the fans just being into the underdog story, or a genuine belief that this team can win, especially after what we saw in Haven?
For a lot of people, I think it has to be a genuine belief. That belief has been building all all tournament long. But to remember that this is the team that was swapping their assistant coach into play, then swapping him back out for Sylvan, was having weird things going on with their map veto, was losing matches regionally, to now be here in the finals with a chance to lift a trophy. It is such an incredible turnaround for T1.
The score's tied at 1-1, and we're going into the most difficult spot for T1 though, Mimi. This is a map that they have just been permabanning the entire event. And G2, they're doing all right on this map. They're doing pretty well, actually, but it's not their best. It should be one, though, where they have an outsized advantage playing Jorgamo on the Yoru, playing Leaf's Chamber. It'll require a lot for T1 to overcome them on Abyss.
Autumn said they had a plan cooked up for this map, that it had special practice, and it's going to be a comp change. Double duelist!
What is that? The Reyna is coming out for Meteor?
Feast or famine, bro. Honestly, though, Meteor pops off with the Reyna. Anything's possible.
The biggest thing they're going to have to deal with on their attacking side is Leaf's Chamber. G2 have a ton of different looks for him, getting aggressive with different Chamber TPs, setting him up with Jonas Fault Line, being able to take fights that no agent can safely besides that Chamber.
You're bang on the money, though, Golden Boy. This is going to come down to whether or not Meteor can just feast. Is he in tournament-winning form? Is he looking to lift a trophy? Can he will himself across the line?
Buzz is 10 kills away from breaking the global kill record that Durka already claimed this event. He's never won a trophy before, but he's that close. That's how good he is, and he's going to try and break that record on Jag.
A lot is on the line for both of these teams. Let's send it back over to your casters to call all the action. It's Achilles and Paper Thin yet again.
All the action, and based on what we're seeing in these comps, there is going to be so much of it. Reyna, something we haven't seen all tournament long. Got a first glimpse of it on this stage earlier when Superbuzz was playing it in the show match, but that's about it. Meteor has not played this agent much at all.
It's the second time ever, as far as I can tell. This is completely unexpected. I, honest to God, thought they might run ISO on this map and just send it and just see what happens. I'm very, very interested. This doesn't look like what they did on the offseason. They had the Cypher on this map when they were playing it a bit, but this is the real danger, man.
Yeah. Aforementioned there from the analyst desk, Leaf on this Chamber. One of the few in the world that really still makes Chamber look like he's absolutely busted from the olden days, but Buzz now 8 kills away from claiming that kill record on the global stage. Comes up with 2 quick ones here. As immediately Trent forced to just tuck back. Valen steadily making his way over in towards tower. Has been noted. Meteor and Reyna put down. A lot more work to be done here. Buzz at 10 HP.
Ooh.
The shock there was available, he would be able to do it, but we'll just get him with the classic, it seems. Turned himself down to 5. And as he goes to swing out, he's just getting encroached upon. Will be hunted as T1 reclaim the lead in pistols and get the opening round here on Abyss.
So if I could theory craft a little bit on what's going on here in T1's mind.
By all means. And good luck.
Yep. No, I mean, look, no matter what, I'm trying to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. But my guess is that part of this is the Leers can keep Leaf off balance. Like, you can clear the way that he holds A. Like, a lot of times he's going to be peeking out a little bit even deeper than what we saw in that previous round, from A in towards main. And this time, G2 just wants to brawl. They sounded a fault line early. Stacks with the drone, stacks with a kill.
Gonna be taken down. Getting quite the reveal here. Yep, now the call to just try to bail off the side of the map has been made here from G2. Trent could not escape. And we'll just be flawless here for the side of T1. G2 inventing the play, sticking around with it, it would seem. And overall, do not mind it. You do not want to be funneling these ultimates into the likes of Buzz to stacks.
I mean, because here's the thing for T1. A lot of what G2 wants to do on this map is control mid. Use those double TPs, whether it be Jog, whether it be Leaf, to kind of work that part of the map. Get it behind that box that's in the center, kind of push out from vent sometimes, things like that. But with this Reyna here, I think they're just going to try to abuse the heck out of these chokes in front of A and B, try to brute force their way through onto sites, and see, just let the chips fall where they may. I mean, why not? The muds work, let's do it.
Again, those salvos to try to interrupt and find some damage. Once that Rendezvous comes through. Trent, nice headshot on the swing of the corner. Raise one back there onto Buzz, finds another. Stacks eliminated, dart in. Looking for the shock setup as Meteor able to find Leaf. Back into a 3v3, Spike still not yet planted, now committed to. It's pop flash out. Meteor off the flank, able to find one. Takes the dismiss back, pulling the corner. Headshot is found, Jogamo gonna be eliminated, and Trent's out of bullets. T1 convert the bonus, 3-0 start on G2's Pick of Abyss.
This is madness. I mean, Autumn said that they had something special prepared. And so far, he's been absolutely correct. I mean, Buzz just getting ahead of the game there. Jonah P with util in hand. The dismisses can work around these boxes so nicely on site. I mean, you're gonna see similar scenes on B, assuming that T1 eventually goes over there. And immediately a timeout called here by Josh. He loves to get into things early, especially if his team is down like 3-0, 3-1. He wants to make sure that whatever's going wrong gets corrected immediately. And my guess is you're gonna have to play a little bit further back. You're gonna have to give up a little bit of space towards A main, because with that Reyna there, with the Leers, it's actually gonna be quite difficult to challenge it.
Man, as quickly and as deep as Buzz is getting in at the moment. Looks like he's playing the brand new agent here. Just so fast to scale forward into the site and take that space.
It's like, you mean I don't have to play Yoru or Raze?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
A rare change up for him. 3-0 start, certainly not what G2 were anticipating at all. Maybe for themselves, but certainly not for T1. Call's gonna be a couple more stingers back into the mix. See if they can swing things here with a thrifty attempt. Hunter's Fury off the back of Trent's heroics thus far is gonna be online.
Yeah, now my eyes are on to Sylvan. He's looking to take a little bit of space towards mid, see what he can get done. That's something that G2 does so well, is control that space, and they're all the way over, putting 3 players onto the A site.
I was gonna say, look at this conditioning.
Yep.
So they stack things up here. T1 immediately pivoting over to that B site for the first time. Just looking to try to catch them off guard. It's talking about deep little peek.
The classic.
He's back out, joins in on this side of the map after not seeing anything. Wait to reinforce here, RG2, making the right call to get into pole position with that haunt. Dealing 2 players here, it's Valen pushing forward. Unable to find the kill himself, Trent will be able to do so. Blind off the fake out. So far just that 1-for-1. Hunter's Fury, off the back of the ping, Meteor previously weakened up, ends up falling down, Izu. Gunned out by Leaf, Stacks pushing forward however. Catching a glimpse, but Leaf over the top. Headhunter collects. And Sylvan now once again asked to clutch for T1. Swings, finds the first. The hold coming through, and he just faces forward. Red Bull clutch, Sylvan bails him out and keeps G2 off the board.
It's scrappy, and G2 reacts pretty well to the B pressure. Nothing A, and they are on their horses trying to get over to the other side of the map. And they're able to cut down a lot of T1 members. A great Hunter's Fury from Trent. But Sylvan's still alive. Sylvan in the back lines. And Sylvan has come up huge for T1 since coming back off the bench. So many assists. The assist leader coming into today. Him and Jonah P neck and neck in that regard. And he's been instrumental in a massive clutch for T1. This time, a little bit further back. It's already pinged out. T1 has figured out already how Leaf wants to reposition. Since he's not going to play aggro in front of A main, he likes to play around the right-hand corner. See how they want to try to get him out of there. Maybe just a prowler to check.
Sure is that there's no one playing forward.
It's that operator.
Another prowler to check. Tries to wait it out. Eventually has to take the rendezvous. Buzz once again into the back. The paranoia's there. Jonah P's going to be taken down. Smoke's now popped. Plant coming through. G2 getting situated. Trying to go for this retake here. So he's not going to connect. They have no idea. Positions here from T1. Recon going to be sent down. Buzz moments before getting flashed up. Able to find a kill. Dashes into the corner and snaps on the Trent's head. Pushes forward, looks for the shorty kill. Cannot find it, but it won't matter. The rest of the team has his back. 5-0 start for T1.
And the diligence here. I was crediting G2 for some of their homework. T1 now getting an A+ as well. So aware of how they want to set up on this defender side. The Lear into the paranoia. Good luck, Jonah P. And Leaf has no choice but to TP out. And Buzz is just a monster. Cleaning out players on the back of site. And it is full throttle. And believe it or not, a second timeout for G2. That's both of them burned within 5 rounds. The 6th coming.
Not something you want to see here for the G2 faithful. Believing in this squad. The arduous road that they have had to get to this moment. From ascending for everything that had happened with the previous organization, getting picked up by G2, getting into Tier 1. They're close, but no cigar finishes last year. To now being in a global final. And on this map, that so many people would have said dead to rights, this is the one, Abyss, where they should be able to smash T1.
I mean,
it's not coming to fruition quite just yet.
All I could think of when I saw this comp was what in the paper Rex is T1 doing? Because this is just madness, but it's working. And again, it's leaning into the strengths of this T1 team. Double duelist, create chaos, create space, let your fraggers frag. And they've been so good. The coordination in the heat of the moment with T1 is unparalleled so far this year in 2025. This time, we try to put a little bit more pressure here with Jonah P. Aftershock to dissuade the push. Do have Jogamo there as well on the Yoru. Try to cause a little bit of chaos.
Another chance, another attempt here out of Thrifty. On point blank. TP out, Armageddon, forcing Jonah P forward. Once again, paranoia up. Regains some vision, but Buzz still able to go ahead and find one. Swings back through, Trent. To go ahead and collect. Meteor dropped. Some solid trading here for the side of G2, but now player advantage in the hands of T1. Weapons not recoverable. Leaf slowly creeping his way over. The tour de force committed in. He needs to put it to good use. Looking to try to go for the close angle. Spotted the leg, finds the shot. Easy going to be put down. Slow field there, weapon recoverable. Just the Stinger still. Sylvan, low down, out of the smoke, but Stacks with a reposition. It's not red! They get so damn close, but every single time, T1 denies them the win. Another Red Bull clutch, this time from Stacks.
I mean, Jonah P is just getting brutalized outside of the A door. And they're throwing so much utility to make sure that's clear, and Buzz is always checking that angle first. God, Buzz, excuse me, Stacks as well, just...
It's so smart.
It's so unbelievably smart, and that's those years of experience that they've had. So many international tournaments that they've been through. They want to make the most of it this time, finally getting to that grand finals. Jog, TP out, another push forward towards A. Gonna be clear to the drone. Smoke immediately goes up. Meteor's still gonna push forward.
Clear out, over the top, Buzz drifting, shot out of the sky. Jonah P through the smoke, able to find Esewa, the best opportunity! And what is that, the Colette? Silva, take it down. This time, damn near flawless in reply. G2 at long last. Break the win streak from T1.
Yeah, like the ideas here. Just gum them up at the choke and just spray them down. Don't let them keep getting through there for free. Buzz, the flank angle attempted to be created with the up and over, the blade storms immediately shut down. Nice work by Jog. Jonah P there. Catches, I think it was Stacks or Sylvan trying to run out of that smoke and just get them shut down. And yeah, you can see it's easy, guys. Just spray them down through the smoke.
Let's do that every time. Because the rounds have been close, G2 have broken down the economy a bit here from T1. Oh, okay, yep.
He's good.
Waiting for a little while longer than felt comfortable.
Just jog things. Loves to get that early info. Can check a few extra angles with those peaks that you normally can't get any. So let's see. He's gonna tuck into the corner again. This time though, T1 gonna leave. Just Esewa.
This is shifting them across over towards that operator.
Yep. They have no info on this side of the map.
Go for another one. Does go ahead and catch a glimpse. Does that keep them interested enough? Just the one player. They've been playing off these prowlers, off the haunts coming through. So for now, G2 not going to be rotating anybody over.
Exactly. It's the fade. That's what's going to sell this. That TP might give it away.
Quick little check. Salir comes in. Leaf looking for the timing shot. Buzz up and over.
Well,
going to be seeing too much. You need to get clustered, but now rotate into mid here from Isu.
30 seconds left.
Can he find a timing? Can he find a kill? Create that pressure here on the flank. He's watching to see if anybody goes pushing forward. Out from the spawn side, but Sylvan just goes up into heaven. He comes away with 2 eliminations. Draw committed here forward on the site, but is not ready for the flank. Buzz sticking around, takes him down. The Rolling Thunder committed, meaning absolute check. Buzz looking for that next kill, cannot do it. The Nork and Trent. 3 players surviving. Basically a thrifty here from T1, not allowing for G2 to get back-to-back wins.
That is brutal, and that is going to set Buzz ahead of Durka for the current kill record at international events. What a player, and he is showing off on this jet.
And no one else from the top 5 is here. And let me tell you, the gap from second to third, monstrous. Buzz looking to push about 350 kills ahead of Aspas.
Yeah, let that sink in. I mean, that's just how consistent, those Vision Strikers, DRX teams were. Now this T1 team might do something they never could. Oh, nice shot.
Able to find the backstab play here from G2 is absolutely gorgeous. Tearing them asunder as Stacks. Tucked into the corner. But well, red headshot. Stacks fighting back for one, fights back for another.
Spike down B.
It all comes down to Meteor. Keeps G2 off the board.
See if there's any delay that comes through. No. Been nasty with snipers. That's part of the reason he's so good on Chamber. Oh, just saw the dash from Buzz and was able to...